Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2027 and a half point 3 to be divided by 9. The album, Dad. AF. Oh, Tati, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Tati. Huh? Hey, Tati. A little game with James. Oh, James. James, Bo Bames, Banana, Fana, Fo Fames, me, my, Mo Mames. James. A little game with Jeffrey. Jeffrey, Bo Beffrey, Banana, Fana, Fo Feffrey, me, my, Mo Meffrey. Jeffrey. Beast. That was some intro, wasn't it? How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. I hope you guys are having an amazing beginning to your weekend. Woo! I'm winded. That's like what a concert with Peter would be like. I'd be like, okay, everybody. Shane, Bo Bane, Banana, Fana, Bo Fane, me, my, Mo Main. Shame, not Shane. Anyway, how you guys doing today? Oh my God, let me just tell you. Hold on, where's my lip gloss before I get into this? Because I have so much to say today. When your lips are dry as mine, then it's Luna Beauty time. Not found in Sephora. All right, let's get into today's video. I was sitting around, hanging out, drinking my iced coffee, scratching my back, because my back was hurting a little bit. It was hurting. My back was itching a little bit today, so I was using my back scratcher. Don't you love this thing? It also doubles as a microphone, just so you know. Rock on gold, as I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid, I got in a fight. How are you guys doing? I've already asked that like 5 times, aren't I? How are you guys doing? Are you having a good Friday? Are you off work? Are you watching this? Are you relaxed? Ow, damn it, Janet. It's a whip. It double. Ow, that really did hurt that time. Oh my God, it left a mark and everything. Okay, let's put the toys aside. Welcome to drama class, boys and girls. Do you have your number 2 pencil? Do you have your trapper keeper? There will be a test at the end of this. And those of you that fail the test, okay, you will be staying tomorrow for Saturday school. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to be here, and just trust me, there will be essays, there will be book reports, you will have to outline chapters. There will be all kinds of drama in drama class tomorrow. Let's get into today's video. I was just sitting around here and I was reading the Beauty Guru Reddit, as I often do. And it was interesting because, it's interesting, the whole idea of the Beauty Guru Reddit. A lot of people are like, oh, they're just like so horrible and mean over there. And I'm like, I read it on a pretty regular basis, and I will say some of the comments are harsh or critical sometimes, but by and large, there are actually a lot of posts over there that are very uplifting, or will say, hey, like, I didn't know that this collaboration was coming out, or they talk very highly of some people. Not always, but often. It's very mixed over there. And I actually think that the responses are really fair. Until I got to the one that I read today. I mean, they were fair, but I thought it was an interesting conversation. And so I was like, what is this about? And so I pulled it up on the Beauty Guru Reddit, and it's this post that is, I think it's called an SHI Took post. But anyway, it's a picture of Tati, Jeffree Star, James Charles, Trisha Paytas, and Shane Dawson. And it says underneath it, by your whiteness combined, I am consequence-free YouTube, okay? And it was basically this conversation that was going on in the comment sections about how specifically there are certain YouTubers that no matter what they do, no matter what they say, their apologies are always accepted to some degree, and that there doesn't seem to be really any long-term, long-lasting consequences for their actions, and that they just get to come back. Now, what's interesting to me about this conversation is that even though this has been kind of a lingering conversation that has been going on for a while with these people, I think we talked a lot about it when Manny and Laura made their comebacks, or if you want to call it a comeback, it's been long going for them. But, you know, at Jeffree Star, it's been a conversation with him. But really, with the return of Tati, have I noticed specifically over on the Beauty Guru Reddit that there has been a lot of discussion about, there was a whole other thread on there as well, about people being super, super accepting of Tati's return without feeling that Tati took any accountability for her part in what happened, and that they felt like in her video that she really played the victim and was like, I'm really happy to be back and whatever. You know, I have to say, it was interesting to me when I watched Tati's video, and I enjoyed Tati's video. I was happy to see it and whatever. But I did have this feeling inside, and I think I may have even said something about this in my video, and I didn't really know how to put words to it, that it seemed to me, and I don't know if this is a PR agent's doing or if just Tati was able to do this, but it seemed to me that she was able to kind of respond to all the questions that people had in a way that didn't further it or make it any more troublesome for her. So it was interesting to me in that way. I was like, she literally came on camera and was able to address all of these issues, and at the same time, not really further it being any more problematic. And then she put the video out, and now she's back to posting regular content. I think today, she posted her second video, I think today or yesterday, that she has posted. There was a video coming back, and then she's posted 2 videos since then, and she's back to a regular posting schedule. In fact, she even put something up on Twitter saying, do you guys like this regular time, or do you like it when I was posting it at 10 a.m. instead of 12 p.m.? Let me know in the comment section below. So she's kind of, I'm back to where I was before. Now, what's interesting to me about this is that we saw this with David Dobrik. David Dobrik is now posting vlogs again, I believe, every Tuesday. And he just kind of was like, I'm back. He didn't really address any issues. He didn't say what he's learned. And he didn't say anything at all. And now Tati has done almost the exact same thing. What's interesting to me about this is that, you know, I say in my videos a lot, this is what I would tell this person to do if they were sitting right there. And what I mean by that is, if that person and I were friendly whatsoever, and they were like, what do you really think I should do? In that moment, me being friendly with somebody, or me caring about that person on any kind of emotional level, would want them to grow as well. And that's why I say, you know, like, I want the best for all these people. I would want them to take accountability, to really learn from what they had gone through, and to share that with their audience, not just because I feel like they need to prove that to anybody, but because I think it's also a great teaching moment for people. I spoke about this at length yesterday in my video that I did about Gabby Hanna, that it's like Gabby Hanna is really missing the mark when she is doing this extensive series on needing to prove to the world that she was right in all of this. But instead, because she talks in her one video, the preview, about her being such a fighter in life, that had she gone in and done this series talking about her diagnosis that she had recently received and how that has affected her life, and her breakup that she had gone through, and being on TikTok and making TikTok translate to YouTube, because a lot of people, not TikTok, sorry, Vine. A lot of people can't make TikTok or Vine translate to YouTube. They just can't, which is why they don't have careers anymore, because they were famous on Vine, but they're not famous on YouTube. But she was able to do that. You know, her artwork, her music, she could have done this whole series that would have been very, very inspiring. That would have been a rock star moment, but she didn't do that, okay? She didn't allow herself to get vulnerable. She didn't allow herself to really tell her truth on camera. What she did was she told the truth that she wants everybody else to believe, this drama-driven truth that she thinks that people are going to go watch because people want the drama. And maybe that's the truth. I don't know. But what a powerful moment that would have been, to have taught people, this is what I've learned from this experience, right? Similarly, I think in looking back at Tati's video back, what an amazing moment that would have been to teach her audience. And maybe she's yet to come out and do this. I don't know. I don't think she will. I think she's come back with the makeup and she'll continue to post that, which I'd said in previous videos I would kind of love if she just came back and started posting videos again, because I thought that would be kind of hilarious. From a PR point of view, though, you know, like, this is like, if I cared about those people on an emotional level, I would want them to grow as human beings, right? And to share that growth with others. It's about turning your wounds into wisdom, planting the seed, and allowing other people to grow, and allowing other people to see through your transformation that you've learned a lot, right? It's why I share my sobriety story, and I talk so much at length about my passion for sobriety and addiction and recovery, in hopes that maybe just one person that's out there that's watching my videos will say, well, if Peter was able to do it, I can do it too, right? And if this person can do it, then I can do it too. That's why I think it's important to have healthy conversations about mental health. And I think anybody that watches my videos knows that I'm extremely, extremely passionate about recovery from addiction as well as mental health issues and finding affordable treatment, because there just is not affordable, good treatment for mental health and substance abuse and chemical dependency in our country. That's why I talk about it at length. I think it's important. Well, when that has been your journey, why would you not share your journey with that? Oh, instead I'd rather just talk about drama or address what everybody else wants to think. I think it's a PR move. I really do. And, you know, I've thought about this for a long time, and I've said it in videos, that if I were these people's PR agents or whatever, I would just tell them to wait a while and then suffer whatever they're going to suffer when they come back as far as people being upset with them, but just keep on moving along, okay? Just keep on pushing it out. It's kind of the PR move that Jeffree Star has done. Address nothing and just keep on pushing products and videos. Like, that's what he's done. And I think it's worked to him, to his advantage. And I think, to some degree, I think there's a lot of people he's lost forever. But I think that people are starting to see, hey, it's working with David Dobrik. David Dobrik's coming back and he's getting millions of views on videos, right? Oh, Jeffree Star just keeps on pushing and pushing and pushing. Oh, Tati Westbrook came back. She's now posting videos and she's getting a glowing response from that. Jaclyn Hill, we don't talk about her enough doing this. Jaclyn Hill came back after a year with the lipsticks and said, I'm just not going to really talk about this anymore, and I need to move forward, and I promise you guys, like, that was the most shameful moment of my life, and I liked what she had to say, but she just kept it moving too. And I think that that's what these people have learned, okay, is that they can just keep it moving. But I think that there are certain people out there that are going to say, no, we're going to hold you accountable, and you are not going to be forgotten for what happened. I think there's a few people in this situation that people, like Jeffree Star gets so much negative criticism at this point that he's almost branded it to a certain degree. It's kind of like Nikita Dragun turning her, show I says I'm such a bad, whatever. But like Nikita Dragun, for me, quite frankly, is forgettable. Like, I hardly ever think of Nikita Dragun. Like, if you sat down and said, list 10 beauty influencers, like, she's not somebody that I would immediately come up with. Like, I don't think about her very often. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like she has saturated her, like, self and her image with this, like, bad girl reputation, that's all really anybody thinks of her. I think, yes, she's a beautiful woman, all that kind of stuff. And but I don't think that people really think of her as, like, I don't think they respect her as a makeup influencer or anything like that, because she's just so saturated with all this in the way that Jeffree Star has so saturated himself with all that, where I don't think people really care if stuff's Jeffree Star approved anymore. Now, I think that there are certain people that can come back and it works to their advantage. David Dobrik, the people that love David Dobrik, I don't think many of them really care about what he was accused of to begin with, right? So it's like one little video for him did it. I think Tati is very much in that. I think Tati is somebody that had a very strong following of people that watched her for years and years and years. I think it's different with Shane Dawson, and I think it's different with James Charles, and I think they're going to get a rude awakening when they come back. I think James Charles and Shane Dawson are going to be held to a different standard, and maybe they should be, I think that their comeback will be entirely different. Do I think that Shane Dawson and James Charles will have people that will undyingly love them and make apologies for them forever? Yes, it baffles me, but I do believe that that will be the case. But I'm telling you right now, I also think, like, having just watched this vlog, of Rylan Adams, where Shane Dawson was in it, that Shane Dawson's not going to be able to come back and not continue to be problematic. Jeffree Star continues to be problematic. People just let it slide. They just don't really say much about it, right? Because, like I said, it's so saturated at this point. It's not that Jeffree Star, like he told one of his friends, can't be canceled. It's that Jeffree Star is so known for being problematic that it is literally part of his brand at this point. You know what I mean? And I think that, like, if you think of any brand of any kind of, like, major company or whatever, like, what you think of, not just the product, but what goes along with that, you think of as part of their brand, then if they do something that's consistent with that, it works to their advantage. Anyway, I went in here and I read this Reddit thread, and it was really interesting what people said. I wanted to read this one comment underneath here by the person that posted this. Hold on. Someone said, they compared them to the Alien versus the Predator, and they said that they're all horrible and they always will be. And someone said, I love the AVP analogy so much. And someone said, whoever wins, we lose. And the person that made the post said, SHH took you not. I was debating having that line as a title. I have an inexplicable soft spot for that garbage fire of a movie. And then it goes on and on and on. Some of these comments in here, you guys, were really, really interesting. I have this one saved, and then I got out of it, but hold on a second. Somebody said, as far as like nobody winning in this, it's like they go through and they check mark all these things they did. Hold on just a second. I had it all ready and screenshotted up. Okay, they're comparing James Charles' hair in the picture to a Dorito. I don't know what you think about all that. Here it is. Someone says, they all have so much in common with each other. Uses mental health as an excuse. Check. Claims to take accountability. Check. Annoying fan bases. Check. Terrible apology videos. Check. Defends associates with racists. Check. So it's interesting, you know. Someone said simply the worst. Someone said, sometimes it's hard to believe that all this bizarro drama is not scripted. It's what happened when people have too much time on their hands, which I kind of agree with that. Someone here says, they're talking about Trisha Paytas gaslighting Ethan so badly that some of these people are really, really hard to watch, and they don't understand why they watched him to begin with, which I think is a good question, you know? I think if for me, the one question I'm asking myself at this point is, why did I watch some of these people to begin with when they have literally proved over and over and over again that they just really aren't good people? So why am I investing I mean, is it like Jersey Shore? Is it like the Bad Girls Club? I mean, am I watching these shows because it's just such a crap, you know, it's an SHI show going on in front of me? It's like I can't stop watching this train wreck that's happening, so I have to watch it. You know, people in here, they include Gabby Hanna, and they said something about why is Gabby Hanna not into this? Hold on a second. Okay, somebody says, I wonder what James Charles will say when he comes back. Someone said, probably some highly scripted BS that people without bare minimum morals will eat up. He very obviously has a PR team working for him, just going by his super curated birthday post. And someone said, I think it's very suspicious the way James Charles blew up on YouTube in such a short time. It's like he literally came out of nowhere and has careful... I mean, people have been saying that for years. Somebody said, I think it was because he was on Ellen. Where was the part where they talked about Gabby Hanna? Because they said Gabby Hanna should have been included in there as well. And people were saying that because she's not a beauty influencer. And then they were saying Trisha's not a beauty influencer. Someone said it's absolutely wild to see normal people feeling compelled to take sides in the drama that happens. This is the alien to predator part that happens among these clowns. It's alien versus predator, dude. They're all horrible and always will be. And hold on a second. Here's the Gabby Hanna part right here. Hold on, where? Someone says needs more Gabby Hanna, to be honest. Someone said Gabby Hanna is such a hot mess. I want to travel forward in time just to see how it all plays out. Regardless of drama, surely there must be a point where the money for her music career runs out and she has to figure out something else to do, right? Well, she started an OnlyFans account. Someone said, girl, same. I know it sounds bad, but I'm addicted to the dumpster fire that is Gabby Hanna online, though she did block me on Twitter. And this is where it makes you wonder, are people watching a series of Gabby Hanna because they're truly interested in Gabby Hanna, or they really want to see what she has to say? Or people really interested in Gabby Hanna because she has literally, like she said in the preview to her video, made herself the drama. You want drama? I'll be the drama, okay? You know, it's kind of sad to me that that's what they think that they have to do for all of this. I do think, like, Tati is very much kind of following. It's interesting what Tati's doing, because if you look historically at these drama channels having gotten into trouble and then coming back and trying to redeem themselves, Manny MUA and Laura Lee, what they did was they both came out with these horrific apology videos. I think, you know, Laura Lee's was known to be like the worst apology video in the history of the world forever and ever, amen, right? But then she took like a long time off, a hiatus, and Manny did the same thing. And I felt like Manny came back in his video and really owned some truths and said I was so addicted to the numbers and whatever, which is interesting because you don't hear any of these other people saying that, which I think that there's such a truism to that. Like, I think when Manny came back, because he even vocalized that, was able to come back, not that he's not interested in the numbers and all that kind of stuff anymore, you know, I think, but he was able to come back and say, I really am doing this because I love doing this to love it, you know what I mean? And they both came back and just were like, okay, we're going to do our things, we're going to stay out of the drama and whatever. That hasn't seemed to be the case for the other people. I watched the David Dobrik vlog back, the first vlog back. It was highly problematic. It was highly problematic. You could watch that David Dobrik vlog, that 4-minute and 20-second vlog, and realize David Dobrik has learned nothing, right? Well, why do you not learn a lesson in life? If you don't, like if you're in, second grade and you're being taught math and you're not paying any attention to it and you don't want to learn the lesson, probably it's because you don't think that lesson is valuable, okay? Or let's take it to, I don't know, college, when you're taking a math class and you're thinking, I'm never going to need this except to pass it to get through to where I want to get through. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do the bare minimum. I'm going to do the bare minimum of what people expect or what this teacher expects to just get a passing grade so that I can graduate from college. That's exactly what David Dobrik did, okay? And there's no maturity there whatsoever. He did the bare minimum he had to do to come back because he knew that he didn't have to do any more than that because people were going to accept him back and whatever. David Dobrik was accused of some very, very serious things. Here's the thing with that, right? Nobody held him accountable when he came back. So 6 months, not nobody, I mean people did, but not many people. So 6 months from now, when it's an even bigger issue, David Dobrik knows I can get away from this. People want to talk about the ego and the pride of these YouTubers. Gabby Hanna talking about her pride and her ego wouldn't let her back down from the fight on the internet, right? What do you think feeds these people's pride and ego? The followers that they have, their fans kissing their butts, the amount of money that they're making, and the fact that they feel like they don't have to be accountable for anything. That is what feeds their pride and ego. That is why they continue to be problematic, because they don't have to be accountable for anything. They don't have to learn from anything, It's interesting. Someone says, girl saying, I know it sounds, but I'm addicted to the dumpster fire. Okay. Someone said, I recently discovered she used to pretend she dated Bo Burnham down to making a fake Facebook page for him. She is something. Someone said, oh, the boat stalking, good gravy. That was effed. I mean, people don't want to talk about that. Is Gabby Hanna going to include that in her 12-part series? Go watch that video that she talks about. I mean, she shares in there. It's called My Most Embarrassing Secrets. It wasn't just like she threw a picture up on Facebook and acted like she was dating this guy. She made an entire Facebook profile faking, like she screenshot herself into these highly photoshopped pictures like she was dating this guy. And then when she went and got a picture with him when he was at her college campus, she put that picture up on her Facebook profile. They changed it on Wikipedia and said that he was dating her when he didn't even know who this girl was. You talk about the epitome of weirdness. Like, that is, like, out there, okay? And then people they don't understand why we don't believe this girl today. She's not credible. She has no credibility. I don't care if she came out and talked about it in My Most Embarrassing Secrets or not. What have you shown that has changed you from that person to the person that you are today? Oh, you're a rock star now and a poet? Okay, oh, and an artist? I mean, like, that doesn't change anything for me. Like, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, why would we believe you now? You haven't said anything about, you did a video talking about your most embarrassing secrets, It's like all of these people. Show your growth, It's like Trisha Paytas gets on Twitter and goes on and on and on about all the changes that they've made. Show it in your action. Show it on video that you've made these changes. Shane Dawson, gets in a vlog with Ryland, says he's a changed person. Show that you've changed. David Dobrik, show that you've changed, okay? Treat your friends better in videos instead of taking naked video of them, I mean, the guy is sitting there and he's drunk in this house and David Dobrik is filming him and I'm like thinking to myself, where's the consent for this video right now? Or did you get that consent before? Because you said, I always get consent before. Is that consent like anything that happens on this trip, you consent to that being filmed? I don't know. It's just like, to me, it's like, this kind of is interesting to me that people just excuse this away so much, And it's interesting because if this happened, I always think this, like, people go so hard for the YouTubers that they love that they literally, okay, watch hours upon hours, buy their merch, put, money in their pocket, all this kind of stuff. I mean, I was sitting here thinking about this today. I just bought, Gabby Hanna's poetry books that I just can't finish them, okay? They're crap. I'm sorry. And I'm not going to spend my time when I love reading on reading 2 crap poetry books just to make a drama video. I'm not doing it, okay? So she got what? $40 I think it came to $38 or $28 of my money or something like that. And then I'm going to invest in her like OnlyFans too as a drama channel. That's like $50+ that Gabby Hanna has gotten from me. You know what I mean? And that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. But it's like all these stands and these fans, they put money in these people's pockets, like absolutely tons of money, right? And follow them and watch them and all this kind of stuff. And then make excuses, bizarre excuses to the point where it's like, if this were anybody in your real life, you would never make these excuses. You would never, right? So it's not for me that I find any enjoyment in reading the critical comments, or that when I see people say, I used to be a fan, but I'm not anymore because of this. It's that I'm hoping that this is a wake-up call to those people, but it won't be. Because those aren't the comments that really mean anything to them, you know? It's like they just want the fans to kiss their butts and say that everything's going to be okay so they can stay in the mansions, the expensive cars, the travel, and on and on and on. And it makes me very sad. It makes me sad for the audience, because eventually the day will come when they're watching some video and they realize, I don't know what I've been following here for this long of a time. I don't really understand it. I've had YouTubers like that I followed that I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't understand what this is about, you know? Like, why am I continuing to follow this when there's so many positive people out there that I could follow? So anyway, I wanted to read a couple more of the comments down here at the bottom. Someone said, I am wheezing, I'm in a train, and everyone is looking at me. Is she okay? And they're talking about, like, Tati at that point. Someone said, can I trade them all for Jenna's return? Someone said, all clout goblins. Someone said, this is the image their stands aren't ever ready for. And it goes on to talk about white privilege. And I think that's an interesting, you know, conversation as well. Like, is that what's going on here? You know, is this the epitome of white privilege with all of these white influencers out there that they don't have to take accountability and it's just all excused away for them? And do they know that and they feed into that as well? I don't know, you know? And that's where it's like, I'm reading all of these, you know, I watched Tati's video, her return, and I'm like sitting there and I'm like watching it and I'm like, oh, I'm really happy that Tati's back, and I made the whole video about it. And then I'm reading these articles where people, or not articles, but threads where people are saying in nice ways, the last one that I read about Tati a couple days ago, where it's like people have some real concerns, you know, with why she's held to a different standard than, you know, other influencers. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting to me. Like, this is bothersome to me that maybe I need to take a second look at this. Maybe I shouldn't be so fast to just be like, oh, Tati's back like the rest of everybody else is. Maybe I need to take a look at this and be like, why isn't she forced to take accountability, right? You know, what is going on here? And it's, you know, I don't know. I think it's more of a discussion that we need to be having instead of just welcoming these people back so quickly to see what they're going to do because of drama when it's affecting a lot of people out there as well, you know? So I don't know. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I hope that you guys are having an amazing weekend. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.